Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are joining us from. We are here on a new year and very excited to be here to start off the Candid Money Talk from where we left last year on episode 36. Today we have episode 37 and very excited to be here. I hope you had a good end of last year. You ended it with the bonding with your loved ones. And the year has begun, and we are here to do what we've always done, to empower you and to educate you on matters money. So the Candid Money Talk, it is a space where we speak matters money. And this year, we are very excited because we'll take it a notch higher and even get to invite some people to speak to us on this forum so that we are constantly in a position of getting more knowledge. And with more knowledge, when you take action and follow through, things can only be different this time, the next year. I'm Edith Sidondo. I'm a certified money coach, founder and CEO of Profit Acumen, a money coaching firm. I'm the author of my money journal, and I'm a columnist with the Standard Media. And I hope you got to read my article. My latest article was out on 1st of January. And at some point, I'll speak about it because it aroused a lot of interest, even from my own mother, who felt that I should have told her some of those things earlier. Yeah. So I'll speak about it on this forum. But today, we want to start off on something else. Let me first take you back to where we left at last year. Last year, we were covering a very important aspect around money, and that was the 5 pillars of financial well-being. And in fact, we were still on pillar number 1, on pillar number 2, financial conscious. And there we were looking at the money archetype, the archetypal way of determining what is that is sabotaging or coming or that is that which is good within you, that you're not utilizing it as you should to get your desired money goals. And we looked at the 8 money archetype, and that's where we left at. Today, I want to divert a bit. And instead of looking at financial competence, which should be our next pillar for financial well-being, I want to move to the theme for this year. And that is ideally my word for the year, the word I'm carrying with me this year. And that is courage. And that was my wish for you for this year, that you have the courage to push yourself out of your comfort zone every day, that you have the courage to get past the fears of your past failures, that you have the courage to do the afraid. Yeah? And when I was thinking of my first session this year, I thought, how about we look at what is that makes people self-sabotage and have that lack of courage to do the things they say they would do. Many of us have come up with resolutions, and I'll share with you my resolution for this year. Connected to the word courage is to raise my standards. And I have specific areas where I have resolved I want to raise my standards on, and I'll measure myself on them at the end of the year. of course, relying on God to give me the gift of life. Yeah. So courage. For me, it's courage to raise my standards on specific areas. But what is that makes people hold back and more or less not move forward and just get stuck? And those are the areas of self-sabotage. When we talk about self-sabotage, it's an act of continually doing something that undermines your own goal. You know that you're meant to be there. You know that you actually qualify for that, but you're stuck here. You've likely had the impression used mostly that you are your own worst enemy. Sometimes we can't tell, how am I my worst enemy? Self-sabotage. It has a potential to become a major roadblock on your path to financial freedom. Let's face it. The year before, in 2020, when we started the whole COVID pandemic started and its implications, then people carried forward in 2020. We moved on to 2022. Many of us lost our loved ones. I personally lost my father, and many people went through a lot of pain. And the common denominator with all these manner of pain is the financial implications that come with this. So it would be assumptuous to really assume that people have recovered from this. Quite a number of people are still not recovered. And those who have even recovered still are living with those fears of what if, fear to get past the fears of your past. What happened in the past? It may not have happened to you directly. It may have happened to somebody you know, but it leaves that feeling of what if this is to happen again? And we are still in the pandemic. We are still having the COVID virus with us. So with it manifests certain kinds of fear of moving forward. So you know, I want to go, I want to do, I want to be, but I'm stuck. It is a very disempowering way to start a new year. Hence why it's important to speak about it in this forum. So you find that sometimes you feel like your ability to earn, your ability to retain and grow your money for the future, to secure yourself financially. There are other, you find you feel stuck and you feel that other forces are in control. Other forces you can't control are the ones that are in control of that situation. My ability to have the home that I need, my ability to have the kind of bank account I desire, my ability to access this or the other is dependent on factors I cannot control. So all you can do is to watch. And it's a very scary thing to more or less have your life, your desired lifestyle in the hands of things you cannot control. So it's no wonder a number of researchers have found that finances, money, have ranked as one of the top stressors for humanity today. Not only here, even in developed countries, you find that money becomes a #1 stressor for people. Why? Because of this internalizing that my money situation is dependent and controlled by forces beyond me. The thing is, it doesn't have to be this way. In fact, that isn't the real fact. There could be implications of economy, corruption, of COVID, and all this, but that is not the sole reason behind why we get stuck. The truth be told, many of the biggest money hurdles we face as humanity likely reside in your head and not in your bank account. They reside within you. And it's so exciting for me because it is our first topic for the Money Coaching Hub. The Money Coaching Hub, it's our collaborative learning space for professional women, both in business, in transition, and employed. We meet once a month on the first Friday of the month, which is this Friday. And our topic is essentials to earning more money. And those essentials, what we will cover, a lot of them are from within. So of us, the first sabotage, let me say it that way. The first sabotage is fear. And the thing is, fear disguises itself in ways that sometimes you can't even place a finger that this is it. I lack the courage. I lack the courage to do what I'm supposed to do. So you find that fear presents itself in a number of ways. But today, because of time, I'll just address one facet of fear, one fear-based move that is likely to sabotage your desired financial goals. One of the aspects that all of us always look at when a new year begins is our finances. We want them to be better. We want to close the year in a better position than it was last year. We want to make changes that take us towards a state of financial well-being, not just for us, but for our loved ones. And you find more and more, we want to be less dependent on others financially, but it just doesn't happen. We have to be very intentional. So one of the things that we need to curb is fear. And one of the fear-based moves is refusing to face our numbers, refusing to face the money facts. I don't want to see, avoiding my money story. We've just come from a festive season, and the festive season came with connecting, traveling, being with loved ones, creating memories, and having fun. That goes with a lot of spending. A lot of spending goes behind that. The thing is, it's now January, and I don't want to see. I don't want to know how my bank account looks like. The truth is, it's very difficult to find someone with a spotless financial track record. We've all made mistakes. I keep saying that profit acumen, the birth of profit acumen, the real push behind it were my own financial pains. I have made my own financial mistakes. So we've all made these mistakes. And these mistakes range from taking debt. Maybe some people had to take debt to create memories, especially after 2 years of not being able to connect nicely with our loved ones because of COVID. So you find you had to take extra debt to create these memories, or overspending, maybe just spending beyond what you have, or so many financial mistakes. So while we don't have to be perfect, we do need to make steady progress towards better money habits, a better financial position, than burying our heads in the sand, what we call financial denial, because of fear. How will you resolve that which you don't know? Even when you go to a doctor and you are unwell, they have to do tests and tests to find out what exactly is ailing this person. That is when your real treatment begins. The same thing with our money. Dreading the thought of checking your bank account for fear it's below, it's low and depleted, or not looking at your statements, not looking at your debt position, or looking at your debts in piecemeal, where I look at my M-Pesa and my Insurance as something separate. And then I look at my credit card as something else, and I give it even a name, that is shopping, whatever. This M-Pesa and Insurance and Fulizas are for maybe paying the house help. And so almost like we don't realize they all pull from the same source, which is either your salary or your business. So I need to look at all of them as one and call them for what they are, their debts. So that fear of looking at things for what they are, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. So keeping your financial statements out of sight and out of mind is an avoidance tactic that can cause long-term damage to your finances. Have you ever seen a horse? When a horse is wearing a little leather patch next to its eyes, they're called blinders. And their sole purpose is to limit the horse visual awareness so it can't identify the potential threats looming in the horizon. As a result, the horse remains unaware and calm. When it comes to our finances, avoiding your bank account is like putting on a blinder. While it may help to soothe your financial anxiety at the moment, it also prevents you from spotting problems that have potential to grow even larger. So I challenge you today, and I challenge myself on it. Face your numbers. Open up the numbers. Put all your debts together in one list. Put all your earnings together in one list. Understand what it is, what is my financial position right now. Let's get out of the blissful ignorance towards our financial situation. It's a luxury that will keep us poor. So let's get out of this learned helplessness. Avoiding negative situations when and wanting to almost walk this path that doesn't exist. So let's gain the courage, the confidence to face things as they are and begin to fix them. And it starts with small things. Just take an hour out of your week towards tracking where are my things, putting them together so that you can then begin to think, how am I going to prioritize on tackling my debt, on dealing with things that needs to change? Giving yourself tangible action steps that keep you moving forward. And the thing is, if you don't pay attention on what I'm talking about, you will play hide and seek with your money. Before you know it, it's another December and it's another January. So you keep dealing with money as a painful thing to relate with because of how you've chosen to deal with your money. So you'll keep finding yourself in a cycle of financial avoidance. Yeah, financial avoidance, playing hide and seek, wanting to look a part that does not exist, yet you're hurting. When you go to your pillow at night, you are paining and you're crying because of money issues. Yet the thing can be resolved by dealing with the fear, facing your numbers as they are. Gain that courage to look at your numbers and do the afraid. Yeah, look at those numbers, begin to tackle them one by one. But I realize sometimes doing these things alone, they just become stories. You'll do them for a week or two, you default back. That is why you need a forum like the Money Coaching Hub. I'm very excited with the growth that people have made courtesy of being in this forum. It's an online collaborative learning space. And every month we meet. By the time we leave, everyone has an area of shift that they're going to work on. We meet the next session, people report back on what they've worked on, what changes they've made, what they are working on. And with that, that keeps you on track. I encourage you to register and be there on Friday, 6 p.m. East African time, when we'll be speaking about essential to earning more money in 2022. And the session will be very deep because we'll tackle very deep aspects that holds us back and how we can break through and get to our desired money goals. Remember to pick your ebook. There's a link on this video for a free ebook. It's an essential start guide to elevate your financial well-being. I hope you found this session of value, being our first session. The idea is to face your numbers. We have other areas of fear that may come in. I'll not tackle them today because of time. And if you want to hear more of this, register for our Money Coaching Hub, our session on Friday. I look forward to see you there, and I'm looking forward to the next Candid Money Talk episode 38. And have a good year ahead, a good, energetic, and courageous year where you will face that which you are afraid to face and get to the other side. Thank you, and bye for now.